Welcome to Remark, the startup that will revolutionize the painting and drywall industry. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on one of the ways we plan to outpace the competition through cutting-edge technology with our custom software stack. In this video and the next, we'll unravel the job management applications, focusing on the estimating application, the job admin portal, the project manager's console, and the mobile field application. And although these tools are actually less impactful than the marketing or sales and business management aspects of our software stack, if you've ever managed a construction company, especially if you've ever tried to scale a construction business, you'll instantly recognize their transformative power. In this first video, we'll look at the estimating application. Here in the estimating application is where we plant the seed for every project. This is the starting line, where the vital data that propels your entire job management process is entered. Now, the estimating application we're exploring today is pretty impressive, but it's really just the opening act. In our next video, prepare for something truly extraordinary. With a single click, an accepted estimate becomes a work order, automatically triggering the job admin portal, the project manager's console, and the mobile field application into seamless action. These aren't just tools, they form a paradigm of efficiency. All three applications synchronize to establish robust process management for field workers, empower project managers to control more jobs and crews effortlessly, and set the stage for Remark's continuous improvement and evolution, all from the data we enter when we create an estimate. Ready to witness a breakthrough in industry practices? It begins with the estimating application, so let's dive in. Let's create a new estimate. We'll start by creating a new job, and this is primarily so that you can see where some of the underlying information comes from. And I'm going to fill this form out, and you can watch in super speed. Now, the one that I want to call your attention to here is this one. Where does the area information come from? And we have four choices here. We can clone a job, which basically means we're going to copy all the information from another job, or we can get our area information from MagicPlan, or manually enter it, or get it from other sources. We're going to look at the MagicPlan integration. This is what will be used for most commercial and any residential jobs we do, and probably a fair amount of new construction too. Anyway, when we click this button, we're going to do two things. One, we're going to add this information to Remark's database, which might be obvious. But secondly, we're also going to reach out to the MagicPlan API and add this to the MagicPlan cloud. Now, this is not a MagicPlan tutorial or anything like that, but briefly, MagicPlan is an app for Android or iOS device that allows you to quickly create floor plans for pretty much any project. It also allows you to take and associate pictures with different areas as you go through your estimate, and you can make some notes and it's a really nice application. And in fact, if you happen to be only interested in creating professional estimates, MagicPlan has a tier, I think it's like $80 a month, where you can create estimates, and it's excellent. But what we do is a little bit different. We use the MagicPlan API after the information is entered to reach out and grab all that stuff and bring it into our own database so that we can then use it as we work through the job. So let's add it. Okay, so here's our new job. You can see that we did successfully reach out to the MagicPlan cloud, and we get this identification number back. And so what we're going to do is send somebody out to the job and gather this information in MagicPlan, and then we'll come back.
3 days later.
Okay, we've been to the job. We've created all the floor plans, taken all our pictures. So let's now import the area information from MagicPlan. Now, when we press this button, we're going to reach out again to the MagicPlan API, and this time, instead of adding information, which we did last time, we added a new job. This time we're going to import the information from MagicPlan's cloud into our own database. So we click this button, and you see here, import area from MagicPlan is initiated. And this may take a few minutes. In this case, it definitely will, because there are many pictures associated with this estimate. So,
A few moments later.
okay, so now our area information has been imported to the job. And you can tell that two reasons. One, our message has been changed to area information has been imported, and we have this little floor plan icon here. So now we can create a new estimate for this job by selecting a job, the one we just created, and I'll fill out the rest of this form. Okay, so now we have our new estimate. We have a bunch of choices here. We can work with the estimate items. We can edit the estimate info. This is not really the estimate itself, just the underlying information that we just entered. Or we can convert it to a work order, which we can't do just yet. That's disabled until the estimate is accepted. So let's work with some estimate items. So here we are. This is the working part of our estimate. We also have a preview where we can see what the customer sees. But let's look at this first. This is where we're going to prepare the estimate. The first thing to notice is that we have imported all of our area names and all of the dimensions and the door counts and window counts, and that came from MagicPlan. The other part that we imported from MagicPlan are the pictures. So for each room, we can click on this icon here so we can see all the pictures that were taken while the plan was being created. And we can flip through them. This is important even if you're doing your own estimates, but like with the case of Remark, the plan is that the person who prepares the estimate will not be the person who prepares the floor plan. So this is really important. You can see what was going on at the job as if you were there. And even if you were there, it's very helpful to take a look at things a day or two later when you sort of half forgot what you were there looking at. The next thing is adding actual estimate items. And we can do that by clicking on Add an Item here, Cover and Protect Floors. And when we save this, what you'll notice is that it adds it to our room and it picks up the correct number of units, and it gets that from here. So, and this is easily editable. We can just click on something here and say we want to charge 20 cents instead and hit enter. And it updates it in the database, and that's all good and fine. Now let's delete this, and I'll show you something else that's pretty cool. We can also use the quick add here, and we'll select all, and then we'll unselect unfinished basement and unselect job wide tasks, and then we'll go in here and we'll pick out a couple of these. Save. And oops, nope, it's not supposed to be that one, but it's on every other one, right? And it properly picks out the right unit type, the number of units, and the price from our database. So the other thing we can do is we can do a couple at a time. So if we select all, and then we want to unselect the unfinished basement and job wide tasks, and we'll enter cover and protect floors. And on doors, and then on windows, and then on flat trims, and we'll save that. And that takes a few minutes. It's still working. We just added a whole bunch of stuff, but boom, there it is. We added this for every single area, and there's quite a few areas in this estimate. We added them for every area, and it's super fast and easy. Now, the next thing I want to look at is just preview the estimate. And as you can see, we have these floor plans imported from MagicPlan. Actually, this time they came from our database. We've already imported them. But all of these areas, all these images came from our database, and they're little images of the areas. And then we have all the stuff that we added. Now, currently I'm blocking the unit costs and the total cost for each one of these. We can always change that, and it gives us a total down here. Very nice presentation. One more thing to show you that I forgot when you're building an estimate. Now the job conditions come from the database, and we can put them in there for each job type. So we can have different job conditions for new construction as for commercial, then for residential, then for institutional, whatever job types we can have. Or whatever job types we can have custom job conditions for that job type. But we can also edit it for the specific estimate. So this is what's coming from our database for new construction standard, I think is this job type. But we can always add new ones. Okay, and then when we save the changes, that only applies to this estimate, but when we preview the estimate, whatever changes we've made are persisted for our current estimate. All right, so that's pretty much the estimates. It's pretty cool. It's very fast, very efficient, and creates an estimate that, presents well. But what's really cool, and I do mean really super cool, is what happens when we click this button here, which we can't click right now because our estimate hasn't been accepted. But when our estimate is accepted and the status is changed to accepted and signed, we can click this button here, convert to work order. And what it does is, well, it's super cool. And we'll take that up in the next video. See you there.